we are in the third lesson, preparation for the real course. And in this lesson, we are going to try to speak about the connection that exists between soul, brain, body, and heart, brain, and soul. We have to understand what is the function of the brain. In the Zohar, it's written, Kabbalah, that the liver is the house of the vitality nefesh. The heart is the house of the spirit ruach, and the brain is the house of the soul neshama. And what is going in our, we have around the brain, we have what we call in modern language astral human being. It means that we have here around the head, we have someone call this aura or call it the spiritual waves, but we have something which is not material, it's only spirit, and this thing is connected directly to the brain, and the brain will make calculation or make decision to bring the knowledge to our body. In the body, we have the bone, the muscles, and the organs. In the other way, we have the heart. In the heart, we have the good side and the bad side. And in the heart is asking, or maybe give command to the brain what he wants. And our brain, differently of what people think, our brain don't know what is not. Our brain is really a good soldier of the heart. I give you an example that everybody can know. Sometime we fall in love. When we fall in love, it don't come from the brain. But when we are in love, it's written in the books, Al kol peshaim techaseh ha'ava. It means that the love, falling in love, cover all the bad thing of people, of the crime. And it means that when my heart asks my brain, because he is the one that will make function all this body, and he tell him, I want to love this person, the brain became blind. He don't see what there is in the bad thing of this person. Because when we decide to love, not in love, to love somebody, we have to take in consideration the good parts and the bad parts. And then we say, okay, all of them together, we can live with them. But if we are in love, the brain is like blind. It don't show us the bad part of the human being in front of us. And then after time, we became used to, and the same brain, not a different one, start to show us some bad part of the human in front of us. And we ask the brain, why you didn't show us this in the beginning? Why you just show it now after I'm falling in love? The answer is the brain say, I do only what you tell me. It means that when we fall in love, we have no possibility to test the people in front of us. And this is the reason that we do think that are a little bit crazy just for this love. But after we get used to somebody, it's like get used to a clothes, to a house, to a car. Everything new in the beginning is very shiny, but after this we get used. And when we get used, because we start the relationship with in love, not love, in love, falling in love, then we became burned a little bit. It became, like a routine. We know the person, nothing new. And then the heart says, It's burning. It's the same. Everybody, every day the same. I want something else. Then the brain gets an order to find justification why we leave this person. And when we have this justification, then the brain start to show us only the bad things. Only the bad thing. Where are all the good things that we fall in love in? We must understand that the brain is not absolutely right, is not the absolutely true. The brain do exactly what say the heart. And I will give you the same picture, but in another way. When the soul, the spiritual waves connect to our brain and give to our body order. Example, somebody was sleeping, and when he was sleeping, he was dreaming. When he was dreaming, let's say he was dreaming about somebody that told him, you must leave your job. Why? No explanation. Okay, wake up in the morning, say, okay, a dream. Okay, never mind. Going to the job. And then what happened? You start to feel in your job, you start to see, you start to recognize things that will give you, in the end of the day, the conclusion that you want to leave the job. But you must be very, very careful. Why? Because if you leave the job and you don't have another job, so why you are leaving something that you have for something that you don't have? The answer is, I had a dream. But this dream, which is spiritual knowledge, was connected to the brain, and the brain bring this spiritual knowledge to our body, and then I start to feel in my body non-comfortable. I start to feel people looking at me. I start to hear people speaking on me. Nobody do this, but I start to feel it in my body. So our brain, which is very, very important to understand the function of the brain, in the two ways. First way is how the heart, the feeling, how the good part, the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Ra, how the good part and the bad part of the heart influence the brain to bring us, to show us the reality as the heart decided. This is the way from the body to the soul. And the second way is from the soul to the body. It's going through the brain. I can have sometime some feeling. I am somewhere and I have feeling. I must go. You know, intuition. We call it intuition or the sixth sense. What is this? I go. I must go. Why you want to go? Um, give me explanation, logic explanation. We don't have any explanation. We don't have. But I want to go now. I want to go now, now, now. And after the people go, boom, explosion, car accidents, something. So people say, how did you know? I didn't know. I feel. It's not the same. And if I will not listen to my feeling, to my sixth sense, to my intuition, sometime my brain will ignore this knowledge, and then yes, I will have accident, I will have some bad things, but I didn't knew. There is an explanation of these rules in the Zohar Kadosh, Parashat Noach. It's written that if human being in the time, in the period that they start to make wrong decision and they lose money, if they will be aware of what they are doing, they will not love themselves. They want to kill themselves. Why? Because they see how stupid decision they take. So what Akadosh Baruch Hu make? He shut down the possibility to understand that. The dot is shutting down the dot, So what we are doing, we live with, reaction, things that can happen. We make reaction and happening and reaction and reaction and happening. And then in the end of the day, we see that something that was so clear that it was not a good investment, or somebody come and start to take our money and we didn't feel it. We ask ourselves, what happened to us? What happened to us? Are we stupid? No. The real answer is that the brain, Baruch Hashem, was now in a situation that he was shutting down. Why? Because we have to go in our life through some experience, and we must go through this experience. And to go through an experience which is not so good and sometimes too good experience, we cannot think, because if we are thinking, we are not going to go through this experience. So our brain is not something that give us perfect knowledge, like 100% verification knowledge. No, our brain is just working for, in one way, for the heart to the brain, to the reality outside of the human being, and in the other way, the reality outside of the body go to the brain, and the brain will move the body in a certain direction. So what can we do with this knowledge, which is the reality? The sage told us that one of the most important things that we have to be used to, like we're going to learn together, we call it the meditation of the 0 point. It's written, Haolam omed al bolmav. The world stand because there are people that can bolem, how do you say bolem? All themselves back. What it means? It means that in the way of your life, when you feel that things go fast, too fast, and you have no right or permission to stop, to look, you must understand that now all the decision of the brain cannot be the good one, because the brain, it's written, the Ari HaKadosh said, Pri achipazon charata, the fruit of doing everything fast without taking time, it's to regret. And when we regret what we are doing, we have culpability. And when we have culpability, now we have a big enemy inside our heart and inside our brain. Who bring this enemy inside? We did. How we did it? Because we didn't hold ourselves and we didn't thought. You know that it's written in the Halacha, in the Shulchan Aruch, that when somebody come and ask you a question in Halacha, if the answer is very clear, totally clear, you can answer immediately. But if you have a doubt, you have to tell him, come back tomorrow, I will give you an answer. Why? Why not say what we know? Because the real reason is that if somebody have a question and he want an immediate answer, it means that this question coming from speed, it's coming from something with hurry, with rush, and it's not good. So you have to calm down the people and say, come back tomorrow. And all the old women was saying in the old times, the night give us a thought,
Advice.
advice. When we are sleeping, the brain is resting, and then we get good advice. This is the reason that everything that we make with rush up, with speed, we are going to regret. And when we are going to regret, we are going to have culpability. So, if we want to use the brain in the best way, not in the right way, but in the best way, we must take our time. This is the reason it's written, Matun, Matun Mevorach. Everything you do in life and you take your time, no rush, no speed, it's going to bring you bless. Everything you do with rush will give you culpability and regret. How the brain is working, why all these things are real, because our brain make around 1,000 decision in 1 second, but the thousands decision are not in parallel, they are one after the other. For us, 1 second, it's no time. So we think, which is not true, we think that we're making in 1 second 1,000 decision parallel. No, it's going only with one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, 1,000 in 1 second. It's very, very fast. When we go too fast, we lose the possibility to observe. We lose the possibility to take good decision. And when we lose this possibility, what happened to us? We are going to regret. So each time, I will give you an example. When somebody wants to go and look for a shidduch, to look for somebody to marry, what I say, the first time you meet, you don't have to understand nothing. You don't have to ask any question. Just feel one thing. Do I want the second meeting? That's all. If I feel that I want the second meeting, it's good. So I will go to the second meeting. In the second meeting, I will start to listen, to see. But you know how many people in the first meeting, they say, no, I don't want. How can you decide in first meeting? Or they say, I want to marry. How you can decide in the first meeting that you want to marry with somebody, share your life with somebody? Why it's coming? Because it's rush up. It's coming from speed. So what we do, we give a good advice. The first meeting is to make burn the second one. If we go to the second meeting, then we come with another feeling inside. The stomach is not working so hard. We come, we are more calm, we can speak, we can listen what the people say. But if we are rush up, after this, Hashem Yazor, not good. I will give you the same example in business. When people come to you and say, I have a good business, a good business, but I give it only to you. You have to red light. What is this? How it's possible? Only for me? Yes, only for you. First advice, which is very, very wrong and put people in speed position. And the second one is when people tell you, if you don't decide today, tomorrow will not be this business. You know what I say to people? If I have to go inside the business that tomorrow disappeared, I don't go to the business. But many people feel so, lucky that they've been chosen to earn a lot of money that they forget the rule of being with process and taking time. Why? Because the brain is not absolute knowledge. Be careful. The same brain, I will give you example. The same brain, if you want to make business with somebody, partnership, to be a partner with somebody, the brain will show you all the good thing about this person, all the good, all
advantages.
Yes, but thank you. But after you are a partner with him, and you are not so happy of the way that he's working, of the time that he's giving to the business, many things that you are not happy, Why you are not happy? It's natural that when people start a business, they are committed more than when the business run up. It's a natural, it's normal, it's like this. But when you feel not so good, your heart don't want anymore this partnership, you want to go away, what you are starting to see, the same brain that told you to sign the partnership paper, what is telling you? The same brain, go to the lawyer and sue your partner. How it's possible? The same partner, it's the same human being. Why no? I have in my mind, inside, I hate him. Why you hate him? You don't want to work with somebody? Okay, no problem. We can be friends. We don't have to hate each other. But people usually, when they decide to break up a partnership, they start to hate the people. They start to feel bad. And then what happened? The mind, the brain, give us all the excuse, all the good, how do you say, reason, all the good reason why these people don't deserve to be partner with us. Where was this same brain before you signed the partnership? What happened to him? He was dreaming. He was sleeping. No, he's doing exactly what you want him to do. So people that say that to be in balance in the life mean that the brain is the king of the heart. No, it's not. We have to work on our heart to be able to move the brain to the good direction. And if you see in the books, always is written about good midot, behavior. We can work only on the behavior, but we cannot work on our knowledge, on our possibility to think, because sometimes in the same subject we think positive, and sometimes we think negative. The same brain. Who make positive and negative? The feeling, the heart, our heart. Now we have to understand another thing which is very important. The heart is between the brain and the liver. And the liver is the house of nefesh. What is the nefesh? Vitality. All the thing that you want, desire, all you desire, starting in the heat of the liver. So what happened now? The liver have desire, which go up to the heart. The heart transform desire to wish, ratzon, wishes, and then he say to the brain, bring me what I'm asking you to. So, who is the king of the human? It's the heart. This is the reason that by Kabbalah, Tiferet, which is the attribute, the middle one, it's here in the plexus, solar plexus. It's here because the Tiferet make the balance between the liver and the brain. This is the heart. And in the heart we have the Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Ra. איך אתה אומר יצר טוב, רבנו?
Good inclination and evil inclination.
Evil inclination?
נכון.
Okay, I will learn slowly, but I will learn. I hope so. In my age, I will learn to speak English. I hope so. But thank you very, very much, Ishai. So what is very important to understand? If I'm working all my life on the midot, what is the midot? The characters, the behavior. So I have the possibility to calm down the liver impulse that will not affect my heart, that will bring my brain to do things that I will regret. Many people say, why I have some wishes? Why suddenly I have some impulse to do things? It's coming from the liver. And because it's coming from the liver, and the liver is the big house of the blood. Which blood? Not the arterial blood, but the vein blood. The blood which has the part of CO2. So this one go up, and then he gives the heart the wishes, the desire to things. But desire is not good. One of the things that we are learning in the soul structure is to transform desire to pleasure. It's not the same at all. When I have a desire, I cannot hold myself. I want it now, right now. And if somebody will speak with me and try to calm down my desire, I will hate this person, which can be my family, which can be my partner, which can be my friend. Why? Because desire is pure wish of the Yetzer Hara, of the
Evil
other
inclination.
side. Yes. But when I can calm down the desire and go through a process, we call it pleasure, not desire anymore. In Hebrew, we say ta'ava ve'oneg. It's not the same. Ta'ava, desire, I want it now, right now. Right now, I want it, but it's not good for you. I don't care. You know, somebody, some way, time people, you tell them, don't eat this, it's not good for you. I don't care. How the brain can say, I don't care? Because this brain know that the last time that I eat this food, I was sick. So how can I say no? I don't care. It's against the human being. But this is the function of the brain. The liver was very strong. The heart was not trained enough good to calm down the liver. So the wish of the liver go to the brain. And when the wish of the liver go to the brain is very dangerous, is very, very, very dangerous. When you go to the court, I had the opportunity more than one time to be a rabbinic judge, Dayan, and you listen to people that coming, one is in one side and the other is the opposite side, yes, and you listen to the both sides and they can explain themselves. They have logic thing to say about the same subject, opposite things. How it's possible? Because each one of them use the brain to bring them what they want, what they wish, what they desire. They don't use the brain to think, to analyze, really. So when we are learning the structure of soul, there is a degree that we call nefesh be'emit and nefesh sichlit. The vitality, the animal vitality, which is only instinct and wishes and desire. And we have nefesh sichlit. What is the nefesh sichlit? I have the vitality that give me the permission to observe things, to look at them, not to be involved, to take some space, to be able to analyze. But when I am in the nefesh be'emit, in the animal vitality, I cannot wait. Look, small children, when they want something, they cry. I want now. You tell him, no problem, I will give you this in 1 hour. Now I want this. We are like these children when the desire take over the human being. But when my heart was good trained to be able to take time, to be confident. You know, we need the confidence in Hashem, emunah, that what? That everything is for good. So we don't have to rush up for nothing. Sometimes I say to people, you know, if she has to be your wife, she will be. Why you rush up? Why you don't think? I want her. Yes, no problem. You want her. Take time one week, think, breathe, analyze, and then take your decision. But if you want, no, I don't care. It means that your brain now is under the control of what? Of your leader. And the one that has to make the balance is the heart. This is the reason that the sage say that the best thing that human being can be is in the middle. We call it memutza, to be in the middle between the two extremities, not to be not in the good one, which is not good also, and not in the bad one, but to be in the middle. And if you want to learn more about this, you can check the third brain. There is, Baruch Hashem, 20 years I'm teaching this from the Zohar Kadosh, and the Zohar Kadosh call it Moach Shlishi, the third brain. When I was teaching this in the beginning, many of science come to me, scientific people, what you're talking about? There is no brain, no middle brain, there is only two hemispheres. I told them there is the third one, which is the middle. And Baruch Hashem, thank God, today, not today, but maybe 10 years already, also the neurophysicist will tell you that we have a third brain. Where is this third brain? In the middle, between the two hemispheres, there is a liquid. This liquid is the antenna that capts, that they receive the knowledge, astral knowledge, and there is like small quartz inside that move one part of the knowledge to the right hemisphere and the other part to the left hemisphere. And then we have a brain which has no limit, which is the right side, and the brain of process, which is the left side. But they are not friends because they are opposite. You know what we have in the brain? We have the limbic bridge. And the limbic bridge depend, listen good, it's physiology, depend of what? Of feeling. The limbic bridge, when my feelings are not in balance, he making separation between the right side and the left side. But as much as I will work my behavior, as much as I will work my midot, the limbic bridge became bigger and then large. And then I have more communication between the right side and the left side. In the Hebraic letters, we call, in Zohar Kadosh, we call the right side the letter Yud, the left side the letter Vav, and the middle one, we call it the letter Nun. And together, it's the three letters that you can make with them all the 27 letters of the Aleph Bet. So, to understand things, we need vocabulary. To have vocabulary, we need words. To have words, we need letters. To have letters, we must make connection between the two sides of the same brain. To be able to make this connection, to be able to make this addition, we must have the feeling of the heart in the middle. Not too much extremity positive, not the extremity negative. To make the heart in the middle, we have always the liver, the heat burn of the liver go up to the heart. And how can I know that I was really working on my heart? When I have very strong impulse, I want something now, and I calm down. I say, okay, not today, tomorrow. Or I want to eat something. I have impulse. In the middle of the night, I want to eat burger. It's not the time to eat now. And I cannot stand. I call and they bring me. This means that the liver is stronger than the heart. But if I have in the middle of the night a wish to eat a pizza and drink Coca-Cola, which is not good for the health, and I say to myself, you know what? Tomorrow I will eat this. Okay. If you are able to say tomorrow and leave it, you are coming to the next day. Do you want the same thing? No. What happened? What happened is that you have to know that the liver have wishes. He wants now. I want now. I don't wait. I want it now, immediately. This is the reason that you see that the modern world that we are living in, this is a world that slowly give us the opportunity or the possibility to get almost everything we want right now, immediately. I want something, I order and I get it. In the real world, in the natural world, you go to a tree and you ask him to give you a fruit. If it's not the season, you cannot get the fruit. You must wait some month until the fruit will be ready. But today, if you go to the big supermarket, you have all the years the same vegetable almost and the same fruit. How it's possible? It's not natural, because they want to make us use to get everything we want immediately. But when we want everything we want immediately and we get it immediately, then we are used to something which is not adapted to the soul structure. Our soul structure take time. Process take time. Nothing happen immediately. It's not good. Because when something happen immediately, we have no process. There is a lot in internet now, a new game, gambling game, Piccolo, I don't know the name. And they show people advertise that they have no money, and they just touch the telephone and they get thousands of dollar of euro in few seconds. And they show you this, and slowly, what the liver wants? He wants the brain to bring him the same thing. So what the brain do, Although, if you think just mathematically, is it possible that each one that have this application and use €5 and get, let's say, 30,000 euro, is it possible that everybody will success mathematically? It's impossible, because if it was like this, somebody make bankrupt. So what is the truth when we think? The truth is, yes, like gambling, few people have a lot of money. Most of the people pay for these few people. But why then, when I see this advertised again and again and again, and then my brain say, yes, I do it also. But that it's impossible that everybody will earn money. It's impossible. But what says the brain? Why not? Why they can success and I cannot? I will tell you why. Because they are comedian, and we pay them to play this and to make advertise. They was paid for it. This is the reality. It's not nothing else. But the brain, no, he will tell us to invest money. And you know that in gambling, many people feel that in the next time I will win, in the next time I will win, in the next time I will win, and they lose all their money. I don't know if you know, but in America, there was a period that they made, it was calling ערוץ הקניות, the channel, buying channel or selling channel, something like this. And they was selling to people by television before internet. Many things, and you know what they learned? That the people that were selling knew exactly who are the people in the house that buying give them feeling. There was not the woman didn't buy because they need the product. They need the feeling. You are beautiful, you are clever, all this. And they found out that there are women, the house is full of project, full of things they buy, and they make bankrupt. They lose all their money. So they make regulation to this selling selling
Channel.
Yes, they say you cannot sell more than 2 times a month for one person. Impossible. Why? Because people go in and they don't stop to buy. What they are buying? They are buying the feeling. They don't buy the project the product. So it's the same always. I hope that today we learn a little bit, yes, because it's just a small part of a big knowledge, that the brain to be Neman, how do you say Neman?
Trusts.
For us to trust the brain, we must give him time. If we don't have time and everything is has to taking decision in the moment, the brain, we cannot trust him. If you want to trust your brain, you must give him time to analyze, to cool down, to think. To give this time, it depends on our feeling. If we are in peace inside, and like said the King Solomon, Ezu ashir asamer bechelko, when I am rich, when I'm happy inside. If we are happy inside, the brain is calm, and then we can trust him. But if we are not happy inside and we have impulse, the brain go too fast and we cannot trust the decision. If you have question, I will be very happy to answer you.
אם אפשר לשאול על הבעל שם טוב, that he says a person to be melech זה להיות מוח לב כבד. A person to be a king, he should be the mind, the heart, and then the liver.
It's not the Baal Shem Tov that say this. This is the Misnagdim. And in the Zohar Kadosh, in the end of the Zohar Kadosh, it's written that the heart is the king, but the heart, we say, the King Solomon will say, the heart, הלב רואה, לב שומע, לב חושב, לב יודע, the heart see, the heart listen, the heart know, the heart think. So this is the real position. Yes, Alicia, doctor.
Okay. Yes. My question is this connection of the brain, heart, and liver, is anything related to the meridians, the energetic pathways that we use to,
Yes.
to heal people? Is like the same energetic path?
Yes, and I will give you a supplement. I will give you another knowledge. If you are talking about meridian, put the 2 kidneys. The kidneys are in the 2 sides, and the kidneys, the role of the kidneys is to cool down the heart, and the kidneys, yoatzot, the kidneys give advice. So the kidneys are in the 2 sides,
Right.
Upside you have the brain, heart, and liver.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you want to see meridians, it's better like this.
Okay. So if the kidney is related to the heart as well, as far as advisor, then the
Yes.
liver, how the liver is interacting here.
The liver always, because there is the bill, you know the bill? איך אומרים כיס מרה?
The gallbladder?
Okay, so the gallbladder, what is doing? Is pushing very mara, how do you say it? It's very
Bile?
yes, and then the liver get fired with fire.
Okay.
There was a
yes.
fire inside,
Mhm.
and this is the liver. This is the way it functions. This fire has to be cooled by the heart and the kidneys, because the kidneys get the cold inside. The liver
Okay.
is responsible of the heat of the body, but the kidney are responsibility of the cool of the body, cold body. The two of them influence the heart, and the heart
Mhm.
influence the brain.
Okay. So I have two questions more. I'm sorry. So then if the liver, normally what we see is that the liver can't store anger, talking about emotions, and
Yes.
the kidney stores fear
Here, because it's cold.
because it's cold. Okay. So now,
Anger is very high heat,
Mhm.
and fear is very high cold.
Cold. Okay. So now my last question is, so how all this gets connected to the soul? What is the connection there? I understand the
I
body,
told you in
and
the
then,
beginning.
yeah,
Look,
I missed it.
look, the brain is in the
Mhm.
middle of
Yeah.
the astral human being and the
Okay.
physical human being.
Okay.
So the physical organs influence the brain to get
Oh,
the astral knowledge. And sometimes the astral knowledge go to the brain to influence the body. This is what I'm telling you today. I teach you today that the body have influence of the brain, and the brain have influence of knowledge. But also the knowledge that want to be introduced to the body go through the brain and then influence the body.
so
He is
that's
in the middle.
okay. So now I think I understand. So that's why muscle resistance, when we use the muscle resistance, and we ask the soul, is this supplement
Yes.
good for you?
But I want to
Then
tell
the
you
body
something about,
responds.
excuse me, I want to tell you something about muscle resistance.
Mhm.
The muscle resistance, the explanation, I teach this a lot. It's
Yeah.
because in the muscle we have blood. Yes,
Mhm.
circulation of blood. In the
Yes.
blood we have oxygen. Oxygen.
Correct.
And oxygen is knowledge. So my muscle gets strong or weak. It depends on the knowledge that he gets. Where? In the air around us. I hope one day I will come to Miami and I will show you how to use this knowledge in therapy, and you see that we can be stronger than the muscle tension. We can be stronger than muscle tension.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Flavia, Yehudit.
Shalom, Rav. Thank you for everything.
Shalom.
I've got a question. How do we know that a feeling comes from the heart and not from the liver directly to the brain?
I say the feeling, it depends what kind of feeling, because there are feelings which come from the liver, feeling coming from the kidneys, and feeling which has to be balanced in the heart. Then is going to the brain. But if the liver is stronger than your heart, this is the reason that I said that we have to train ourselves to be able to לבלום, איך אתה עושה לבלום? Stopped?
To hold ourselves.
Yes. Yes, we must train ourselves to hold ourselves in many cases. Why? So the liver will not be stronger than the heart, because then the liver became the commander of the brain, which is very dangerous.
Yeah, but sometimes we are in the middle. I mean, sometimes we don't know if it comes from the liver or if it comes from the heart, because we are learning or we are in the process. So how do we know that this feeling is a feeling that comes from the liver, or it's a good feeling from the heart, that the heart could stop it and we are feeling differently?
I will tell you something, please. First of all, don't exist good feeling and not good feeling. It don't exist.
Okay.
There is only feeling. But again, I'm saying, if you are able to hold yourself, let's say that now you go home and your children do something that make you very nervous, upset. If you can hold yourself and decide that you are going to tell something only in 2 hours, it means that you are in control. But how many times we have no control? We are just getting nervous immediately. It means that the liver take the control of ourselves, and then we will regret. You know how many people make this mistake in education? They get very nervous on their children, and then they say, oh, excuse me. It's not good education. You have to hold yourself, think what you want to tell them or give them education, and then you have to tell it with process. And this is good education.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. More questions, please?
What's the difference?
Have a good Purim. Yes, my friend.
What's the difference between the etzot, the advice of the neshama, and the advice of the nefesh sichlit? They sound very similar.
When we speak about neshama, it's not etzot, it's not etza. It's orders. You know, the neshama, the soul, give us orders. They say, do this, do this, do this, do this. So when we are talking about advice, we are talking about kidneys, because the kidneys yoatzot, it's kelayot yoatzot. They give to the heart the two way, the two possibility, and then the heart have to take the decision to send it to the brain, and then the brain will always bring the wishes of the heart.
So where does the nefesh sichlit?
Nefesh sichlit is the connection between the brain and the body. We have to learn about this, because it's when we learn the structure of the soul, when you go through from the nefesh behemit to the nefesh sichlit, from the animal's vitality to think with vitality, it's the real thing. The real subject is that when you have animal desire, you have imagination which is not true. You make yourself image, you make yourself movies in the brain. But when you are in the nefesh sichlit, you accept to get the reality as is, not as you want it to be. But it's a big subject. We have to learn it. Yes, Natalie.
So sometimes, thank you, by the way. Sometimes the brain is very smart. And what about when the brain convinces you that you can hold back for a period of time, but eventually you give into it? How can you make the difference between its Yetzer Hara or Yetzer Tov?
Oh, wow, you have very deep questions today. I cannot answer in few minutes. But
Okay,
I want to
that's
tell you, just generally, okay? When you can hold yourself, you can be thinking, you can take your time. You have to know that all the, how do you say, all the human being go to process. So it must come from the good way. But when you cannot hold yourself, all the human beings start to react, and it's not the good way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ishai, thank you very much. Deborah, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, very much. I hope
Thank
we
you.
have the next week.
Thank you, Rav.
Just, it's a clapping.
Okay.
Go
Thank
to,
you.
It's a thank you.
Thank you for everyone. I hope after Pesach we can start. Yes, Mrs. Anna.
Thank you so much, Rab. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You also have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
For everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I
Thank
hope you can see
much,
again
Rabbi.
the lesson, you know, Ishai can
אני
give
שם
you
את זה
the
ביוטיוב,
connection
בעזרת השם.
so you can see the lesson again.
חזק וברוך.
Bye bye.
so
Thank
רפואה
you.
שלמה לרבנית.